about religious places of worship across the country that are now opening up as well 75 days after the lockdown. Temples, mosques, gurudwaras, churches have now opened their doors to devotees, and they have very, very strict rules, because you and I know how crowded these places can be in our country. Government authorities have issued very strict guidelines to ensure social distancing, and those cannot be violated at any cost. All devotees that we saw visiting temples, mosques, gurudwaras today were seen wearing face masks and maintaining social distance for most part. Separate hand sanitizer dispensers have been made available everywhere that we've been reporting from since this morning. Devotees were asked to wash their hands and feet before entering places of worship. No distribution of prasad of any kind, no sprinkling of holy water of any kind, no touching of idols is being allowed in any place of worship. Religious places in Tamil Nadu will continue to remain shut. Restrictions have also been imposed on places of worship in containment zones. In Karnataka, Catholic churches will reopen from the 13th of this month.
At the Prachin Hanuman Mandir, the temple doors have finally opened for devotees. The morning aarti is taking place, and most of the devotees are extremely emotional and extremely happy that they have finally, after 75 long days, being able to come and take the blessings of Lord Hanuman. Lord Hanuman is also known as the Sankat Mochan. He is someone who is said to take away all your grief and your pain, and he is also said to protect his devotees. As India goes through the COVID turmoil, devotees believe that the need of the hour is for the Lord to give his blessings to his devotees. This is a 1,000-year-old temple, and never in the history of the temple were the doors shut for devotees. But because of COVID, those days were also seen. If you enter a temple, you'll have to make sure that you wear a mask, and social distancing is paramount. All these yellow boxes that you see, those are meant for devotees. People will have to stand inside these boxes and maintain social distancing. The offering, also known as prasad, will not be given. Even the tika that people apply on the forehead, they will have to do it themselves. All the precautions are being taken to make sure that temples and religious places do not become a breeding ground for COVID-19. This is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting from the Prachin Hanuman Temple for India Today with camera person Parmendi Sharma.
We would like to show you the visuals from inside. This place has been decorated. Kirtan has been started. DSGMC Chief Majinder Singh Sirsa has also told us that during the lockdown, this place was serving langar around 1 lakh people, but starting from today, they have allowed the sit-in langar. That means the people can have langar inside the Gurudwara, but they have to follow the guidelines. There are certain guidelines, there are certain general guidelines which needs to be followed. The statue is not to be touched, and people are not supposed to offer the holy water. But the actual challenge against the administration is that people have to follow, the management has to ensure that people do follow all the guidelines directed and provided by the government. With camera person Nasir Khan, Nikhil Lakhwani for India Today.
Well, places of worship are finally open in the state of Karnataka. Now, we are in Malleshwaram, and what you see over here is the very, very famous and old Sai Baba temple. Now, it is open from 7 in the morning. Devotees have been coming over here, but not like the numbers that one would actually see in the past. People are waiting. People are also apprehensive, but precautions are being taken. In fact, you cannot enter the temple without wearing a mask. You can't enter without your hand being sanitized. And also, your temperature will be checked over here. That is compulsory. Now, this is what is actually being done over here. Temperature being checked, hand sanitized, and wear a mask. Furthermore, large number of people or devotees are not allowed inside. It's basically a staggered entry. It's a new normal. People have to get used to it. The government has opened up temples, mosques, and churches across the state. In fact, churches will only open from the 13th onwards, provided all the rules and regulations are followed as mandated by the government. But as of now, today onwards, it's a good day for the people, for all the devotees. Temples are open not just in Bengaluru, but across the state. But remember, when you come out, follow the rules. Wear your mask, maintain social distancing, and please also, if possible, carry a hand sanitizer. With video journalist Madhuar, Nolan Pinto for India Today.
We are here at the Karikakam Sri Chamundi temple here in the state capital where a cleaning drive is underway, which is being carried out by the Thiruvananthapuram Corporation, and now the sanitization process is being carried out. These are actually the corporation workers who are doing the sanitation over here. Already in the morning we had a round of cleaning which was carried out by the employees of the temple and basically by the temple authorities. Now there is actually a very detailed cleaning and basically chemical cleaning which is being carried out by the corporation. So this is actually a disinfectant solution which is being used to clean this whole main entrance, and we have been told this will be carried out across the major religious places of worships in the state capital over here. Tirunelveli Corporation has been very active when it comes to the sanitation drive in these areas, and this is how the sanitation activities are happening, and after this they will now proceed to one of the masjids here in the city and then be followed by one of the famous churches here in the state capital. With camera presenting Kurat Shekaran, Gopi Krishnan, Thiruvananthapuram for India Today.
Taking you straight now to Kolkata's famous Birla Mandir, where India Today's Manogya Loiwal is live with us. Manogya, you've been looking at restaurants and malls and all sorts of things in Kolkata. Religious places also opening up today. The beautiful Birla Mandir is where you are at. What are you seeing? Are there many people today? It's just day one.
I have a surprise and a shocker in the same breath. Believe it or not, Birla Temple, that on an average day has more than 500 of footfall, has had only 30 people visiting the temple the entire day. That itself speaks volume of the Unlock 1.0, and the numbers are both shocking, stunning, whatever you call it. The expression is that most of the people have restrained or haven't even entered the premises, have done a pranam and walked away. The 30 is the exact number of people who've arrived from 6:30 to now, which is almost 12 hours of the temple, with the opening time of at least 8 hours. This itself will give you an idea on the response that the temples have. There are only a handful of temples across the state of West Bengal that have opened from today, like this one, Birla Temple, Rajrajeshwari Temple in Hooghly, and also a few more temples in various parts of the state. The most important one, and that have had a legacy also, as well as historical importance, are the ones like Kalighat, Dakshineshwar, Tarapeeth, haven't yet decided on when they would open. But for the number of visitors, the preparations are humongous, with almost 10 to 15 employees round the clock on duty with sanitizers. And the most interesting part is that the deities do not have a curtain anymore, and the devotees are coming with their face covered with masks. And on the contrary, as they arrive, instead of prasadam or charnamrit, all that they get at the entrance is a spray of sanitizers.
Of sanitizer is the only prasad that devotees can hope for from the Birla Mandir, and every other mandir and mosque and everywhere else in the country. There is, you can't touch anything. There is no contact. There's going to be no prasad. Sanitizer is the only real thing that you can expect spiritually or otherwise when you enter a temple for the time being. Thank you very much, Manogya. Only 30 people compared to the hundreds that usually go there to the Birla Mandir in Kolkata. That gives you a sense of where things are really at. Now we show you a story of superstition in these times.